Hey guys, 828 Fine Adventure. I want to introduce to you our 2017 GTI Mach 7 with 101,000 miles on it. We've had to sort out some little issues, some the dealer should have known about where we bought it, and some that are just natural for this kind of engine, but I'll get into that in another video. What we've done to this so far is wheels, some exterior carbon, spoilers, emblem overlays. We've done some interior mods. I'll go over each of them on the exterior in this video, and I'll do another video on the interior and the kind of tips and tricks of all of this to make it work. It's turned into a little cool ride. We are going to get the windows tinted eventually, soon, and I'll do a video on that and kind of show you what tint I got and the percentage. Now, it depends on your state and what country on what you can do. I absolutely don't tint the front windshield because that just makes you a target for the police. So let's check out a few things here that I got. So one of the first things we picked up were these ECS tuning wheels. They're by Alzor. They're in a light bronze. And at first I was like, well, I don't know how that'll look. I'm kind of a matte black or gloss black kind of guy on vehicles. But this really stands out on this white GTI. These are 18 by, I believe, 8.5. They're just a little wider. They have a more aggressive offset. Just a little more than, a few millimeters more than the factory wheels that were on it. So I got these from ECS Tuning. I also got some really nice lug nuts in gloss black. Put on some Michelin tires. These are the Michelin Primacy MX-M4. And these are, the same size as the OE tires, but these are run flats. And they have this nice little curb protection right here. The tires that were on it when we got it were absolute cheapest tires you could put on a car. And they were just falling apart. But it's a used car with 100,000 miles, so that's what you get. The next thing we did were the rotors. Now the rotors, the front ones, it doesn't look like they'd ever been turned. They had all kinds of ridges and valleys in them. So I found these Power Stop rotors and pads on Amazon, and they work great. I did these all the way around because I really needed it. And, the cross-drilled is the best thing you can do for rotors, is always get cross-drilled because that'll cool your brakes. It'll keep them from warping. And, it doesn't help you stop any faster, but it keeps them cool. Now, these also are slotted. Now, that will make your pad wear out a little, I would say, a little prematurely, depending on how you are on the brakes. If you take it to a track or something, you're going to go through your brake pads pretty quick. But that's how they come, and they look pretty cool. I did them on the rear as well. Not really needed, not necessary, because you use your front brakes for most of the stopping, but they look good, especially with these wheels. And I got these wheels on sale, so look for sales on a ECS Tuning. So, the next thing we did, where we added a spoiler here. This is an actual real carbon fiber spoiler. It lets air through. Now, I don't know if this will keep your hatch any cleaner, but it sure is a nice spoiler. First, I thought it was going to be too big, but because I just wanted kind of a little duck lip, but this looks good. And it's subtle. Doesn't draw too much attention. Again, wheels and brakes. Now, when we got this car, all the leaky oil spots and all the leaks that it had all been pressure washed off of it. So you really couldn't tell where the leaks were coming from until you had it for about a month and a half. Remember that when you buy a used car. They might have cleaned that engine and made it look great and got all the oil leaks, washed away, and it would take a few thousand miles before they start popping up again. One thing we had was a leaky caliper on the rear. I grabbed one of these from ECS Tuning as well. They were the only people who had a red one. And so I just had a leaky rear driver's side caliper, easy replacement, and that's a pretty cheap fix. But it's all good now. Let's see, what else did we do? The vehicle came. It was a little shout out to All German Performance in Asheville, North Carolina. This vehicle came with these WeatherTech window vents. They're not really necessary, but you know, most cars I don't do that, but they look okay on this, so I'll leave them. Another thing we did recently is we did these. Now these aren't carbon fiber. They look like it. They look just like the spoiler. You can't tell the difference. But we got these. Now I don't have a link for these yet. I'm gonna get one, and I'll put it in. You can send me a comment trying to find a link to these, or I will. I'll do my best. I got these from far away at a really good price, so um, I'll try to get a link to those. Oh, this is another thing, and I'm trying to get the link to this as well. These came, I believe they came from Europe or maybe China, but these right here are not their normal emblem overlays that you usually get. These are actually stick-on. They use double stick tape. Now, if you ever modded a truck or anything like that, you can get emblem overlays that just stick over your chrome emblems. They have them for all kinds of trucks and Jeeps and stuff, and Tacomas and Tundras or whatever. Well, I had a hard time finding these for the Volkswagen, and I found one person that sold them. And you know, I got the ones that were supposed to clip on, you know, where you take the emblem off and you clip the new one on. Well, I just couldn't get that to stay on to my liking. They were just loose, or they wouldn't clip on. They were just not made very well. But these just stick over it, and I mean, they go on great. Now, what I do before I stick them on to make that double stick tape work great is I use a 3M adhesion promoter that you can get on Amazon, and I'll put a link under the video in the description. Whenever you stick something to your car, like an emblem, maybe one of these window visor things, or a spoiler, always use 3M adhesion promoter. It works awesome. You clean the surface first with alcohol, you rub it down with a little pad of the 3M adhesion promoter, and then you put your spoiler or whatever you're sticking to the car, and it's not coming off. It does a great job. We also did the back emblem. That was stick on as well. Works great, not going anywhere. Looking for some GTI emblems in red right now. I ordered some from Etsy, and they were too small. They were look like they were from like a Mach 2 or something. So I'm looking for some just in this exact size that aren't $100 a piece. So that's what I got for the exterior. Just look at that. What a cool looking little car. I had no idea these things were so quick. I mean, it's a really fun car to drive. Will we lower it? I mean, it's just pretty low right now. If we put a chin spoiler on it, we're just going to tear it off if we lower it. We live in the mountains. It's hilly. They don't take much care in building parking lots around here, so you always have a dip. And, you know, if we lower it, we're just going to tear things up. I'll have to put like skid plates under the whole thing and chin spoiler. So we'll see. Still thinking about that. As for the motor area, the only thing I've done is a battery cover. Let me see here. I will show you that. If you're looking for one, there's an interior mod for you. We did that. That was kind of nice. It matched everything. You got a phone holder up there. I'll get to those later. That brake lever from ECS Tuning was a little hard to do. The paddle shifters came from DSG. Real good quality, probably pay too much. But I'll do a video on that brake lever, that e-brake lever, because it was kind of hard to do. So let's check it out. I'll show you this battery cover, and I will put a link under the video in the description if you're looking for it. But that's it right here. Check that out. This was a one-owner GTI. Even though it had 100,000 miles, it needed a really good detailing. Um, Everything was clean about it. Everything was really nice. It just had some oil leaks coming from up here. I'll get into that later. But that's the oil filter bracket was leaking and just causing leaks everywhere. So check yours. Other than that, it's a clean vehicle. So there you go. So there you have the GTI Mk7. I love the automatic transmission on these. I have another car with an automatic CVT. Don't like it. This dual clutch makes it really fun to drive. It's just really a blast. You put this thing in sport mode, just hold on. You can burn those tires off. Let's not do that. But so, anyways, great car. Love driving it. We kind of share it in the family. This is our new project, and until I decide what to do with my big Tundra, I love that thing with the big 5.7 V8. I just can't see myself getting rid of it for a new Tundra, even though I really need another truck to start modding. Um, you know, Maybe I can find a volunteer with a truck and we'll start modding that. But anyways, go check these out. If there's one for sale near you at a car dealer, go test drive one. They come in a 6-speed too, but test drive the automatic ones. And to put it in sport mode, you just pull the shifter back and you'll notice the D on your dash turns to an S, and then go drive it. You're gonna want one so bad. I want another one of these too. I want two of them, and so I can start doing things to them. Maybe take one. They're so easy to rev up with horsepower. You can add like a few mods, and you can have 350, 400 horsepower with just $1,000 added to the engine. And now it'll start leaking oil, but it'll be really fun to drive. You can even get them in all-wheel drive. So there we go. That's the video. If you would like, share, and subscribe, there'll be more videos on this GTI coming for you. And I will see you next time. See ya.